during the Open.
They are very similar, and hopefully he can get at least a season break in here today against the Pirates. Pirates coming in having lost 3 in a row to the San Francisco Giants. He'll sit about 90 miles an hour, change, curve, cutter. I think the cutter is going to be, needs to be in a very effective pitch for him tonight, especially against lefties up and in. Very good numbers, as you said, Tom, against these Buccos.
Yeah, 3-1 with an ERA of 2.42 against Pittsburgh. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Ben, I understand you changed them while we had the rain delay. Is that true?
It is not true.
Oh, okay.
But the Phillies offense cool off these Buccos. Facing Chad Poole tonight. See how they fare against him. And Jeremy Hellickson, stay down, and when you miss down. Miss off the plate. Needs to work down to the shin guards of Andrew Knapp.
Well, there's Josh Harrison. He'll set to lead things off for the Pirates. Clint Hurdle's team comes in with a record of 39-46. They're 7 games back in the National League Central. So they make it 7.5 because the Brewers have beaten the Cubs today. And how about the Milwaukee Brewers? They win today 11-2. And the questions continue to swirl around the Cubs and everybody else in the Central because Milwaukee's been so good. All right, Pete Maccannon's team, 28-55 on the year.
Have no fear, Tom. I'm going with the new pen today.
All right, you should have gone with a different color, though.
Always green.
Well, I hope the new pen works because, you know, there's a lot of superstitions in baseball. Here's Josh Harrison to lead things off, hitting .280 on the year with 9 home runs. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. We are underway from Philadelphia. Harrison 1 for 12 so far in this series. Out toward right field. Altair going back on it, and he'll get there. He glides right under it. 1 out after a 47-minute rain delay. And that'll bring Jose Osuna to the plate. He has not played in this series. He did play against the Phillies out at PNC Park. He was 0 for 4. Average of .250 with 5 home runs. And a pitch at the knees. It's 0-1. Little dribbler in front of the plate. Knapp has got it. 2 outs. I have to say, when the Phillies played the Red Sox, I learned something new, and I'm sure Chase Utley has done this before, but on a ball like that, Dustin Pedroia hit a little dribbler out in front of the plate, and he threw the bat right in front of the plate near the baseball to make it more of an obstacle for the catcher to go after it. And John Kruk was saying that I think he did that on purpose. Yeah. Osuna was nice enough to toss the bat aside there.
Regardless, it was a very good curveball by Jeremy Hellickson. Throws that pitch just 10% of the time, but that was a good one there.
Here's Andrew McCutchen. And he takes a strike. 0-1. One ball, 1 strike to McCutchen, who is 4 for 13 in the series. Two and one. He was going to pull the trigger on it. It was a close pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike.
3 changeups in a row.
Well, we mentioned how if he does throw that changeup, that he has to be able to throw it against righties and lefties. He's one of the few right-handed pitchers that throw it as often as he does against right-handers. 3-1 pitch. That one's lined into left field, a base hit. And the red-hot McCutchen remains hot. That is his 5th hit in this series. And a 2-out single here in the top of the first. That'll bring Josh Bell to the plate.
Quick bat. That ball running back over the middle of the plate. Tom, his bat speed is noticeably different than when we saw him back in May. Noticeably different.
Yeah, I watched on TV. I didn't see it in person, but I think it's definitely quicker now than it was. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he tinkered with something from a stance standpoint. Sometimes that happens. Bell lifts it out to left field, playable for Daniel Nava. And Hellickson works around the 2-out single by Andrew McCutchen. 10-pitch first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Pirates nothing. Phillies coming up. A look at Daniel Nava getting himself ready to lead things off for the Phillies. He'll be followed by Freddie Galvis. Why don't we just give you the rest of the starting lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So it'll be Franco and then Joseph hitting cleanup. Aaron Altair is back in the starting lineup in right field. Odubel Herrera hits 6th. In the bottom third of Nat, Blanco, and Jeremy Hellickson. And they will face right-hander Chad Kuhl out of Middletown, Delaware. Coming in with a record of 2-6 with a 5.26 ERA. This is his 17th start. Think about 16 starts, Ben. That's not a lot of innings. 75 1/3 for Chad Kuhl.
No, it's not. Good stuff. Fastball reaching the upper 90s. Change curve slider. He's born in the first state.
Yeah, the first pitch to Nava is taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nava 4 for 8 in this series, hitting .367 as the Phillies leadoff hitter. Doing a lot of that too. I mean, put himself in good hitters counts, but taking a lot of pitches as the leadoff hitter. And 1 strike. 97 from Kuhl. He's got a good arm.
Yes, he does.
Time now for our Geico quote of the day, and Daniel Nava on his approach. I've been in situations where you don't know what's going to happen, whether it's this or in spring training making the team, and those things are so far outside of my control that the more I think of those things, the worse it is for me. Well, I think age has definitely seasoned Daniel Nava's mental state. That happens for everybody. There's a liner to left center, and McCutchen runs it down. I think if you ask Daniel Nava when he came out of college, he was just looking for an opportunity in affiliated baseball. But I'm sure, like any young player, he probably thought about the things that he now says are totally out of his control.
It's hard not to. But I think with age, like you said, some things you just cannot control. And the last thing you want to do when you're in the batter's box is think.
Freddie Galvis, the hitter. Galvis 4 for 11 in the series so far. Takes a strike, 0-1. One of the highlights for Chad Kuhl was last year in September. He pitched here at Citizens Bank Park in front of 100 friends and family and wound up winning that ball game.
Speaking with Bob Walk, who does the TV for the Pirates, he said just watch his fastball. Sometimes it'll jump it from 92 to 99. He said, and what that does is it throws off his release point. And one thing he did very well in his last start was he pitched inside to lefties very effectively. So if he can do that, he will have success.
2-2 pitch to Galvis. Outside, 3-2. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Diane Saraceni of Hatboro. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Diane will win $100. Introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Diane.
Ball 4 for Freddie Galvis. 99 miles an hour. And I guess that's what you're talking about. 99 miles an hour, and it wasn't even close to the plate.
Yeah, not when you spike it like that right off the right foot of Alfonso Marquez. Honestly, Tom, to miss that badly with a 3-2 pitch is just, I'm sure he's geeked up to pitch here, and I'm sure he still has a lot of family and friends at this ball game as well, but make more of a competitive pitch than that.
Mike Franco, the hitter. Franco has two two-run home runs in this series. Back to our right. That is a scorcher. 0-1 to Franco. Franco now with 12 home runs and 44 runs batted in.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
But his average at .219. One ball and one strike.
Diaz setting up inside there, and the Pirates, they've tried to pound him inside all 4 of these ball games.
Very interesting approach on their part.
See, most teams just stay away, down and away from Michael. See him going back in there again.
And he fouls it back again off the facing of the Hall of Fame club. Clint Hurdle. As we mentioned, his team 7.5 out in the National League Central. This is their final game against the National League East until the last 4 games of the regular season when they take on the Nationals. Back toward the middle. This might be two. Harrison will wait for it. Step on second. And it turns out to be an easy double play. No runs, no hits, and nobody left for the Phils. We have completed our first inning. Let's go to the second. So why not give them the protection they deserve? A State Farm agent is here to help with the right home and auto coverage and discounts too. Talk to a Philadelphia area State Farm agent or call 800 State Farm. We go to the second inning and David Freese will lead it off. Freese has had a nice series, 3 for 7 with a lot of hard hit baseballs. Well, it's 1 ball, no strikes. 5 for 17 overall against the Phils this year with 3 runs batted in. Two and 0. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be Freese, then Gregory Polanco, and then Diaz, the catcher. Well, 3 balls and 1 strike. A couple of close pitches down in the zone.
He gets that pitch and can locate there consistently. A long night for the Pirates. Let's hope he can do that.
Opposite way, caught by Tommy Joseph. 1 out here in the second. And that will bring Gregory Polanco to the plate. Polanco's hit in 5 consecutive games. Polanco overall hitting .246, 6 home runs, 20 runs batted in. And when you think about it, with the success that they anticipated for Polanco, this has been kind of a down year for him. And a curveball, 0-1. It's funny that he will throw any pitch at any time. It doesn't matter righty or lefty. That one's hit out towards center field for a base hit. Second hit for the Pirates. Well, tomorrow is retro night here at Citizens Bank Park. That's right. We're going to flash back to the 1983 season. It's the Phillies centennial celebration. There's going to be a 80s tribute band that'll be out on Ashburn Alley, plus the always popular retro themed baseball headshots on Fanavision. Phils and the Padres will be wearing throwback uniforms. Go to Phillies.com for more information. And oh, by the way, fireworks afterward, brought to you by Xfinity. Quick toss over to first.
You're going to grow your hair out big? Everything's bigger in the 80s, Tom.
I really did have good hair in the 80s, by the way. If you look at my older and younger brother right now, just add a little length to the back, that was my hair.
The party in the back?
Well, there was a party, all right. Runner goes, pitches inside, throw to second base by Knapp on one hop, backed up nicely by Galvis. Stolen base number 8 for Polanco.
6'5", 235 pounds. He can move, and had a heck of a jump.
Yeah, I don't think there was really any chance for Knapp on this one.
And despite the slide step, he just read that perfectly.
So Polanco's at second, and the count 1-0 to Diaz, a .267 hitter. Diaz got a chance to come up when Francisco Cervelli went on the disabled list as the rain starts to fall again here at the ballpark. Over to third, flagged down by Franco, peeks at Polanco. Well, that's a good throw too. 2 outs.
Smooth hands, soft hands. Mike actually catches that ball behind him. Take a look here, ranging to his left. Catches it well behind him. Looks back, Polanco. Four seam on the letters to Tommy Joseph at first. Nice play.
And now Max Moroff will be the batter. Fly ball down the right field line. Aaron Altair over toward the stands is out of room. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Polanco back to second. Moroff is a 23-year-old who we have not seen in this series. A 16th round draft pick by the Pirates. From Winter Park, Florida, hitting just a 103. Had 13 home runs, though, down in AAA. Foul ball. Those 13 home runs that he hit this year in the first half, that's the most he's ever had in a season already. Last year, 133 games in AAA, he hit 8 home runs. A little change in power. Outside, 1-2. He was not going fishing on that one.
It's one of my keys, though. If you're going to miss down or off the plate, very good, very appetizing changeup right there to Moroff.
See the numbers with runners in scoring position. You know, we've been lamenting about the Phil's struggles. The Pirates have not been all that great, but they've won 2 of the first 3 games. They have 3 hits with runners in scoring position. The Phillies have Just the one. One for their last 20.
And that did not even score a run. That one hit.
Upstairs, 2-2. Got him. Threw him a changeup. 81 miles an hour. First strikeout for Hellickson. So no runs, one hit, and one man left. No scores. We go to the bottom of the second. Jeremy Hellickson has that changeup working tonight. It's good to see. Your very own Derby competition in the official MLB.com Home Run Derby game on the App Store and Google Play. Swing for the fences against more than 10 million players from around the world as your favorite Derby All-Star. Download Home Run Derby for free today. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second. Well, things have started to clear up down in Center City. That's a good sign. The rain is falling ever so lightly here at the ballpark. Tommy Joseph will lead it off. Tommy, 14 home runs, 42 runs batted in. And the first pitch is in there. Tommy 1 for 3 against Cool. Oh, 0-2. Ball at 2 strikes. A pitch outside. Back toward the middle. Cool flags it down. And a flip underhand. And one out here in the second. Aaron Alter's coming up. Well, Murph, in the background you can hear all the Cool fans cheering that play. by Chad Kuhl, kid from Delaware, who's probably excited about getting a chance to pitch for the second time here.
You're right, Tom, and as you guys mentioned, he made his major league debut just a little more than a year ago, the end of June of last year. He got to pitch at Dodger Stadium, Wrigley Field, but he said the highlight last year for him was pitching here at Citizens Bank Park. He had over 100 friends and family in the crowd rooting him on, much like tonight as well. University of Delaware product, and of course Middletown High School product. He was the first University of Delaware pitcher to pitch in a major league game since Dallas Green did it back in 1965, and it got us thinking about those University of Delaware Blue Hens and some of the names that have come and been drafted out of there. Some pretty big names, actually. Kevin Mench, Mike Kopla, both had pretty decent careers in Major League Baseball. You see Kuhl with 31 starts. The final name on that list, Keith Garagoza, Holy Cross grad as well, back in 1991, also from the University of Delaware. So there have been a number, and of course, you think about guys like Dallas Green and Tommy Herr. They weren't drafted out of the University of Delaware, but played for the Blue Hens as well.
There's a bullet off the wall by Aaron Altair. The throw to second base to try to get him is in time. That was a heck of a play by Osuna. Now, that's the only way you're going to throw Aaron Altair out.
Yes.
Because the ball was hit 1,000 miles an hour.
Yes, it was. And I have no problem with this. Erring on the side of aggression. An offense right now that's struggling to score runs. See if you can get yourself into scoring position. That ball hit the fence, and Aaron just had a couple steps out of the box, but that was an excellent throw by Osuna. See, tagged right there on Aaron's right kneecap.
And Aaron's spike got caught in the top of Harrison's spike. Look, they finally released right there. That's why he was a little slow to get up and try to get himself situated again. Well, that's a good sign for Aaron Altair, though, as Odubel fouls the first pitch back. Well, Murph, there's no question that some pretty special names on that list, including, as you mentioned, Dallas Green. And it's got to be an unbelievable feeling. I mean, Ben, you've been through this where you come back to your home area and get a chance to play in front of your friends and family. And that's got to be a great feeling inside for a player.
It's awesome. Just awesome.
That one's going to drop in front of Osuna, and here we go again. Wow, he does have a good arm. Not only the trajectory, but also the velocity. And he throws back-to-back runners out, trying to stretch a single into a double.
I've never seen that, Tom. I have never seen 2 consecutive outfield assists.
All right, I think you got to put it in perspective. You just saw the strong arm the last time. Maybe you don't stretch it or try to the second time. Bank Park. We've seen some outfield arms, but man, this arm by Osuna is really eye-opening. This is Aaron Altair.
It's one thing, like you said, to have that much velocity, because we just don't see good outfield arms anymore. But I mean, it's right on the money.
Now, give me your thoughts, though. I mean, we said it was okay for Altair to do it, to try it, to be aggressive. But then Odubel follows suit, and we say he shouldn't do it. Is it? And I feel the reason I feel it is you just saw the arm.
Right.
So if you see a bobble, then you go. But you see him field it cleanly. You're only 3 steps around first base. You put the brakes on, right?
Yeah. You just saw the outcome literally 30 seconds before that.
As Kuhl takes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
So why press the issue?
Out to right center field. The former 400 hitter in high school flies out to center. And 1 out. The ball did drop out of Odubel's hand, but he was in the process of taking it out of his glove. They're going to review this because it's a ball in the outfield. You know, the determination has to be, and it's a lot of it's common sense for the umpire nowadays when it comes to that play, but that he did have it, which he does have it, and then right there it's in his hand and rolls out of his hand. Harrison takes a strike. 0-1.
Looking at that list from University of Delaware, Mike Koplov was a guy that we graduated the same year. He went to Chestnut Hill, went down to UD, had a very good big league career. And just recently, I believe he moved over to Jersey.
Mike Koplov?
But he lived down here, right down the street in South Philly for years.
Well, Keith is still in New Jersey. The great Garden State. Harrison bunts. Hellickson, fine fielder, throws him out. 1-3 on the putout, 2 away. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Ben, here we go. Who holds the Pirates record for most home runs against the Phillies in one season? Who has hit the most home runs against the Phillies for the Pirates in one season? Answer will be revealed in just a bit. Here's Ozuna. Out to right center field. Altair didn't see it right away, but now tracks it down. And 1 out, or 3 outs, I should say, to wrap up the 3rd. A quick moment. Now, obviously, we've talked about this quite often during the course of the season. Not only during the basketball season, the hockey season, but now here in the baseball season. We've invited you to download the NBC Sports app, which we have on our computers up here in the booth. Anywhere you go in the Delaware Valley, go to the beach, you go to a barbecue, you can go to your mom's house, you can go to your brother's house. If they don't have the Phillies, you can pop it on any device. You can pop it on your phone, you can pop it on your computer. So here we go. This is what we're asking you to do. You download the NBC Sports app, which we see right there. And then once you have it downloaded, all you have to do is get all your sign-ins going. You sign in with your name, with your username, and then your password. And then you can pick and choose whatever you want to see. Don't go to Denny's right now. And if you go to Denny's, you can bring your device and watch the Phils. So use your username, then your password, sign in, and then boom, you can watch the Phils and the Pirates. So this is Diaz earlier in the game on a ground ball to Maikel Franco. Look how crystal clear that is.
Crystal clear. It really is very handy.
Yeah.
I tell you a story. When I across the street at the Wells Fargo Center, when I do the pre and post game shows, I'll do the pre-game show, and then there's a gym upstairs, so I'll go out and work out. And they have a couple televisions up there. Well, my recent stint in pre and post, televisions were out, so I had to watch the game. Right, streamed it, watched you and Crucky the whole time. So it was great. I mean, it's just so easy.
Well, we talk about this being in this point of society, the easiest way to watch your favorite teams. here in Philadelphia. And this is really the easiest way to do it. By go to the NBC Sports app, go to the App Store and download the NBC Sports app, and you are ready to roll.
What did you say? Last night you said we're a mobile society?
We are a mobile society. Not only do we all drive, but we can bring anything we want with us.
That's right. It's really incredible. You can just sit there and watch it on your phone.
Yeah, and, you know, the Olympics are right around the corner. You can watch those on the NBC Sports app. So a lot of things to do. And now what we have to do is get some runs. I believe that young lady is doing just what we asked you to do. Andrew Knapp will lead it off. Knapp hitting .261 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Last 5 games, 6 for 14. Mentioned last night that he's sort of rising in the ranks of rookie hitters recently. He doesn't qualify for a lot of the categories, but over the last several weeks he is in the top 10 among rookies in hitting in the National League. He is ever evolving and has pretty much taken over as the starting catcher for the Phils. Ball 4.
Continues to pile up these walks. The other night he had 3.
Well, that's the second walk issued by Cool in this game.
Pretty cool when you look down at your phone, you see a certain Hall of Famer weighing in on the cheap stump the fans question.
Tell that certain Hall of Famer that he's not supposed to give you any hints. Blanco takes inside because I'm sure he is well aware of who the answer is.
Well, the name that originally came to mind isn't the name that he gave me.
It's the name that Glenn gave you.
You're relentless.
1 ball and 1 strike as the ball goes into the crowd, and the bat goes into the crowd, and the ball is loose. And here goes Knapp. He's going to be able to score. The ball's in the corner, finally picked up by Polanco, and the Phillies are on top 1-0.
One way to push a run across.
The bat went flying into the stands. The ball went flying down the right field line, and that's all you can do is shake your head. But in the other dugout, all you can do is smile because you're not going to see that every day.
I think Gregory Polanco got caught watching the bat go into the stands.
I think everybody got caught watching the bat go into the stands.
It was a heck of a toss by Andres. I mean, this goes many rows deep. Watch how far this bat goes. It's incredible.
Yeah, Knapp was looking honestly at the bat too. I think you and I were looking at the bat as well. And then at the corner of everybody's eye, you saw Diaz fire the ball down the first base line. And Bell, I think Bell was looking at the bat.
I think Andrew Knapp would have been out by 5 feet.
There's no doubt. Bouncer back toward the middle. Harrison backhands, flips.
What a play.
That's a really good play. All right, so Knapp scores on a 3-base E2. As Blanco is retired 4-3.
So now there's 2 things. That's why I love baseball. Because then there's 2 things that just has happened in this game, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd, that I've never seen before. Never seen it. Never seen an outfielder with 2 consecutive assists, like Osuna had last inning. I've never seen an errant throw to first base where the guy scored all the way from first base.
Alex takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouls back to the screen, and it's 1-2.
They may reverse that E2
and give it to Bell.
Give it to Bell.
I was thinking about that, you know, just watching the replay again.
Take a look at this and watch where Andrew Knapp is. Okay, he would have the ball. He'd have it right there. He'd have been out by at least 5 feet. At least. That ball's right over the bag. That's a perfect throw by Diaz. Get that man some oxygen.
Yeah, the unfortunate soul is that guy right there, because everybody was looking in the stands, including Andrew. Look at Bell's face when the ball goes by.
That's awesome shot.
No balls and 2 strikes to Nava. Watch it again. I mean, this is funny.
That didn't hit him in the face. Look at Mickey. Look at Mickey.
Yeah, the dirt, and it's 1-2.
Michael Jack is throwing around all kinds of names now.
Oh, I'm sure he is. One ball, 2 strikes to Nava.
Would you give that throwing error to the catcher?
I'd have to. Yes, I would. No, I would give it to the first baseman.
Okay.
But I'd have to also look at what these scoring rules are. There may be a rule that would discourage me from doing that. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Moroff is up with it, and Nava's retired. 6-3 of the putout. So 1 run, no hits. It was an unearned run. We'll go to the 4th. It's 1. You buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Heard of your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's, introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. I'm loving it. Andrew McCutchen will lead it off, and he takes a strike. 0-1. McCutchen singled to left his first time up. Out towards center, not well hit. Here comes Odubel. He's not going to get it, but McCutchen now is going to get at least to second base on it. So he's 2 for 2.
Initially, Odubel breaks back on this ball. Touch hits it off the end. Excellent effort there by Odubel, but fortunately that ball gets away from him. Leadoff man on second base.
17th double for McCutchen. Josh Bell fly to left field his first time up. Out to left field again. That one's well hit. Nava's going back in. It is gone. Opposite field home run for Bell. So after his distracted play in the field cost the Pirates a run, he comes back and gives the Pirates 2 runs here in the top of the 4th inning. It's his 16th home run of the year.
He's had some awkward swings in this series, but this is not one of them. Drives it out to left field. Typical lefty. Up and away, down and in. 2 hot spots. It's one of the better swings we've seen. Good finish.
Nice catch, young man. 16 home runs now puts him past Ralph Kiner for the most home runs before the break for a Pirates rookie. David Freese takes outside. Andrew Knapp going out to the mound to talk to Hellickson after he missed those last 2 pitches. From a single room to an office overhaul, WB Mason and the Hahn Now program has you covered. Hahn Furniture provides beautiful options for every part of your office, and WB Mason provides it all at amazingly low prices. All in service means you don't have to lift a finger. Who but WB Mason? Change up in there. 2-1. Well, you got to stay with the game of baseball if you're a player. I mean, one moment you could be the GOAT, and the next moment you can definitively be the hero. And to his defense, everybody was looking at the bat in the stands. I know you have to concentrate a little bit more when you're on the field.
It is a game that'll build you up and break you down.
About 100 times over.
That's right.
And a foul tip. Nat hangs on. And 1 out.
David Freese having some words with Alfonso Marquez.
Yeah, I wonder if it was the pitch that was early in this at bat that he's upset about.
Basically saying, I know that's a ball, but I had to swing at it because you called the other one a strike.
There's Polanco, singled his first time up. Bounces a foul off the first base line. Outside. That's a bullet. It's going to go foul, but it's going to go a long way foul. It sure is a long foul ball. 2-2.
Still hear Renee Latchman back of my mind every time I see a long foul ball. Ain't nothing but a strike, brother. He said it every time.
Trying to run it inside. It didn't come all the way back, and it's 3-2. By the way, Ben, I have a ruling on why that is an error that is charged to the catcher, Diaz, instead of the first baseman, Mike McConey, who's one of our fine official scorers here in Philadelphia. As that one is a line drive out toward right, and that is gone. 2 home runs in the inning for the Pirates, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. That's his 7th home run of the year, 21 RBIs. Well, you mentioned when he stole the base, he is a strong man. He is no longer a starving giraffe. But he crushed this ball.
And goes to the well, I think, one too many times. Another change up there. You see where that pitch is located on your Mazda pitch cast.
All right, so 1 out, 2 home runs. It's a 3-1 Pirates lead. Exit velocity on that home run was 111 miles per hour. And now Diaz, who grounded out to third his first time up. Gets that one off his foot. So he was charged with the error because of Rule 9.12 A7. The official score shall apply Rule 9.127 even when it appears to be an injustice to a fielder whose throw was accurate. For example, the official score shall charge an error to an outfielder whose accurate throw to second base hits the base or caroms back into the outfield, thereby permitting a runner or runners to advance, because every base advanced by a runner must be accounted for. And then to Rule 9.12 subsection A. 8, if in the official score's judgment there is no occasion for the throw, then the error shall be charged to the fielder who threw the ball. So if you read Rule 9.12 in its entirety, and there are a number of subsections to it, there are 8 total. It'll lay out why it's an error to Diaz.
I just look at it. If a catcher gets up, throws a bullet to the middle infielder on the guy stealing the base, the guy drops it.
Right.
They give it to that middle infielder. That's how I looked at it.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
You know, in that situation, it's okay to give it to that fielder.
I would agree with you.
But not in this one, apparently.
Yeah, it's, you know, the official scores have to follow these certain written rules that are out of their jurisdiction.
I'm just looking out for my catchers, Tom. That's all.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Diaz. And he lines it caught by Maikel Franco. Extends his arm high in the air to rip it down for the second out.
They have to tighten up that glove after the game. Couple nice plays by Maikel tonight. You don't call it the hot corner for nothing.
So now Moroff struck out his first time up. And he went around. Second time he has struck out. And for Hellickson, it's his third strikeout overall. But the Pirates scored 3. They lead it 3-1. Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. Well, the fireworks are still scheduled to go off tonight after the ball game. They are ready to go. Fireworks show tonight, fireworks show tomorrow. It is always a fantastic display.
Some big tubes.
Rain has subsided for the most part. Some little mist going on right now. Freddie Galvis will lead it off with the Phillies down 3-1. Chad Kuhl gave up an unearned run in the third. One ball and 2 strikes. Ball got a piece of Freddie's foot. Freddie, as we mentioned yesterday, is trying to play in every game this year. 162 ball games. The last Philly to do that was Ryan Howard in 2008. Jimmy Rollins did it in 2007. Now, that was an unforgettable year for him. Bobby Abreu did it in 2005. Bouncer back toward the middle. And Moroff throws him out.
What a joy that would be to never have to check the lineup. Oh, seriously, because when I would get to the field and my name wasn't in the lineup, I was upset. Like, I was mad. That's how much I love to play. And I think that's, you know, the sense you get out of Freddie. He wants to be in there obviously every day.
I think back 10, 15, 20 years, 25 years ago, there were so many guys that would play every single day. I mean, very few guys would come out of the lineup. Last year, there were 3 players that played all 162 games. Escobar, Jonathan Scope from the Orioles, and George Springer from the Astros. Now, you have to be a special kind of player. Now, if you're the Phillies, I mean, Freddie's been hitting lately, which has been great. But you also don't want to take his glove out of the lineup. He is that important defensively.
Yes. And he plays obviously a very demanding position. No offense to corner outfielders or quarter infielders.
I would think that they would agree with you. 2-1. Freddie has played in all but 5 innings this year. That's it. All but 5.
Stay on this fastball, drive it to right center.
He's going to bounce it toward the vacant hole. Harrison has it and cannot make a throw. An infield hit for Maikel Franco.
Is that a thing of beauty?
Saturday, July 29th, the Phillies will take on the Atlanta Braves. That's a 7:05 first pitch. After the game, stick around for Grammy-nominated singer Hunter Hayes. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. No additional purchase is necessary. Tickets are on sale now by going to Phillies.com/Hunter Hayes. Tommy Joseph grounded out his first time up, right back to the pitcher.
Think he missed a spot there?
He might have.
Where Diaz was set up and wound up in the left-handed batter's box. Pirates have pitched Maikel and Tommy very similar in this series.
And in some ways different than everybody else. Over to third. That might be 2. There's 1 and 2. 5-4-3 double play. It's the second double play of the night for the Pirates. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We've completed 4. It's 3-1. Pirates on top.
Always nice to hear the national anthem before the Phillies games tonight. The men's a cappella group, the Tonics, did the honors, and you saw right there in the middle of the group one of the founding members of the Tonics, guys. Also happens to be one of the principal owners of the Phillies. Jim Buck was right there in the middle. Sam Marshall, also part of the Buck family, part of that group as well. And I saw Jim before they went out to sing tonight, and I said, how long have you been doing this? He said, for the last 27 years, they've been doing that as part of the Tonics. They did a great job tonight singing the national anthem.
Yeah, it was a great rendition. It was a little delayed, but the fans reacted in a very positive way before the start of the ball game. It's a long time for that group to be around. More than a quarter of a century. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Chad Kuhl. Kuhl flied out to center his first time up. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 2. Swing and a miss. So 4 strikeouts for Jeremy Hellickson. And that'll bring Josh Harrison to the plate. Before the first swing, make your picks for the T-Mobile Home Run Derby Bracket Challenge. With a little luck, you and 3 friends may be going to the 2017 World Series thanks to T-Mobile. Make your picks at MLB.com/bracket challenge.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with Stanton.
I am too.
I don't know if there's a. I mean, he's the defending champ. I do think that Justin Bour has a chance to be pretty special in it too. Here are the participants. National League has Stanton and Bour, the 2 teammates. Bellinger, who's tearing it up as a rookie, and Charlie Blackmon, who's kind of an interesting choice to be placed in the home run derby. Harrison lifts one out towards center. And there are 2 outs. Miguel Sano has had himself a fantastic first half of the season for the Twins.
Going with Stanton because of his experience. He's in his own ballpark.
I'm just going to go with him because he hits the ball really far too.
Yeah, and stamina. Aaron Judge can hit it obviously as far as anybody, but I think he's first time doing this.
Going to tucker himself out.
Yeah.
Well, Moustakas has had a fantastic year. He's in the final vote in the American League. Osuna takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Outside corner, 2-1. Osuna has 2 outfield assists in this ball game. Back-to-back plays, Altair and Herrera. The last time the Phillies had back-to-back players thrown out was back in 2003. Tomas Perez and Tyler Houston. Maikel Franco cuts it off and then hurries the throw over just in time. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the 5th inning. That's an 11-pitch inning for Jeremy Hellickson. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. Aaron Altair will lead it off. for our Citizens Bank Minor League Report. We'll take a peek at what's going on in the players of the month of June. Mitch Walding, how about his month? Ben, wouldn't you like to have a month like that?
Yes.
13 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Jojo Romero for Clearwater, 4 starts. He had a 1.71 ERA. And Carlos Tocci, well, he's not only becoming more of a plus defender, he's also hitting the ball very well for the Reading Titans. Tony Luke's fired up some cheesesteaks. They got plenty. Head on out. Aaron Altair takes a strike. It's 0-1 as we begin the bottom of the 5th.
I'd like to have a month like that. I'd like to have a year like that.
You know, the thing about Walding, John Miserock has told people, you know, Mirock, who was up here, he's the hitting coach down in Reading, has told people there's nobody that works harder on that team. He's the first one in the cage. He's also the first one watching video. They watch video now in the minor leagues, a lot more than, let's say, you did when you played. And you can see it not only in his power, but also in his overall batting average, how it was down in the low 200s and now is creeping up. That's the progress that he has made. Three balls, 1 strike to Altair. Opposite way, foul. Doesn't matter if it's a little soggy, it's still tasting good. Upstairs, ball 4.
There's a start.
A very late appeal to Chad Fairchild. He's not even looking. Alfonso Marquez kept pointing, and Chad didn't say anything. So leadoff walk. Here's Odubel, who singled his first time up, was thrown out trying to stretch that into a double. Slaps that one to third. Could this be the 3rd double play of the night for the Pirates? It is. An around the horn 5-4-3 double play against the speedy Herrera.
Walk the guy in front of you, and then you swing at a pitch out of the strike zone on the very first pitch. Just in no position to hit that baseball. His body was going towards first base. The pitch is that far away from you. You can do a slap at it.
Andrew Knapp walked and scored the only run for the Phils. And fouls it away. 0-1. Broke his bat right between the legs of Cool, but it's picked up by Moroff. 6-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. 3 double plays tonight with Chad Cool on the mound. Watch his actions on this ball because of the bat. Whoop. Well, maybe the bat had nothing to do with it. We'll go to the 6th. has been doing it with his gloves since the opening bell of the 2017 season. As expected, Freddie is performing at a Gold Glove level, the middle of the diamond. The Phillies shortstop is doing it with the glove and now with the bat. Galvis is heading into the All-Star break with an offensive boost, putting together his best month of the season with a .287 average in June, while batting way above .300 in the last 2 weeks. Glove, bat, leadership role. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. I think the leadership part of the Freddie Galvis package is the one that's really evolved during the course of this season. Young ladies get a chance to watch a ball game and see some fireworks afterward as we go to the top of the 6th. Andrew McCutcheon, a curveball. Eddie pokes foul. McCutcheon is 2 for 2 today, a single, a double, and a run scored. A day after going 0 for 5 in yesterday's game, that snapped a 14-game on-base streak for him. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It's the kind of swing, I guess, that makes you take a walk. It was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
The location was perfect. Right on the knees.
Well, Vince Velasquez tonight in Reading, or excuse me, with Reading in Trenton. 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. The thought was he'd have between 50 and 55 pitches, so he throws 52. Now the next step is probably a side session this weekend, and then another rehab start next week. Don't forget the major league teams are in the All-Star break. The minor league teams, many of them will be in the All-Star break, so you have to figure out who's going to be home. I think Clearwater might be home next week where he would pitch. Keep stretching him out. In the dirt, 2-2. Shallow right center field. And Aaron Altair sprints in and puts it away for the first out. Also earlier today, Jared Eichhoff was throwing a bullpen session with Bob McClure watching. They were very happy with how Jared threw on Monday in his rehab. He was so good he had to go into the bullpen to finish his pitch count because he was so limited with the number of pitches that he threw in 5 innings. Well, there's a lot of teaching going on out there, huh? Changing the grip a little bit on one of his pitches.
Mac loves it.
Inside, 1-0.
I asked Jared yesterday, I said, how you feeling? He goes, honestly, I feel great. And his face just illuminated. And he's not a guy that shows a lot of, you know, emotion, but you could just see that he was anxious to get back out there and was feeling great.
2 balls and no strikes. A couple of things that they've been working on with Jared is not falling off when he's throwing pitches. So, you know, Bob looked like he was working on a little footwork around the rubber. And it looked like there was definitely something with a grip. Now, I don't know if it was a 4-seam grip or if it was something else. Line drive to right. And Altair takes care of Bell. 2 outs. 7 in a row retired by Hellickson.
You see Bob drawing that line on the back of the mound. When your takeaway. So you have both feet on the mound. You take away with your left foot. A right-hander would take away with his left foot. Make sure that's going straight back. When you're throwing the ball to the catcher straight in front of you, why do you want to start your windup moving towards the left, getting your momentum going towards the first base bag as opposed to straight back, and then you can just come straight forward?
Do you think that could have something to do with falling off? If you're, I guess if you're off balance, that could do it.
100%. And the weird thing is now you see a lot of pitchers that are going to extremes, to one side, moving laterally on top of the rubber.
Toward the hole, diving stop. Galvis from his knees in time. What a play to get David Freese. He didn't even have to pop to his feet.
No, I just throw it from my knees. Thank you.
Well, the fact that he got as much on it as he did. This is another wonderful play by Freddie Galvis. David Freese can't believe he didn't get an infield hit out of this one. You buy Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Buy WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast free delivery? Nobody does it better. And buy your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Phillies offense has gone quiet tonight. They trail at 3-1. Part of that is because Chad Kuhl has 3 double plays. That's helped his cause. He begins the home 6 with 66 pitches. Facing Andres Blanco. Blanco swings at the first pitch. Tough sky, but Ozuna's able to find it. And 1 away, and that's going to be it for Jeremy Hellickson. Nick Williams is going to come out to pinch hit. Now this isn't anything to do with Hellickson. This is all to do with the offense. I mean, Jeremy's allowed 5 hits, 2 home runs.
He's only thrown 77 pitches.
Yep. But the Phillies offense has not mustered a whole lot in the last couple of days. So Williams hitting .273 here in the big leagues. Out toward left again to Ozuna. 2 quick outs. Brings us to our cold hard fact, brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. The fewest pitches per start. Chad Kuhl is at the top of the least amount of pitches on average. Yeah, some teams have certain limitations for certain guys.
Jamie Moyer would throw that before going into the ball game.
Yeah, Alex Wood. I mean, think about what Alex Wood has done. And he's averaging 87 pitches per outing. I mean, he's won 10 games.
Another masterful performance last night.
He was really good last night. Just 3 pitches this inning, and he's about to throw his 70th pitch of the day.
That is easy 97.
Kid out of Canal Little League and Bear Babe Ruth. Chad Kuhl getting a chance to pitch close to his hometown. Nava just avoids that. His father Clint and his mom Wendy here to watch him pitch tonight.
Met his dad a couple times. Very nice man. Last time I saw his dad was we were leaving Pittsburgh, and they had a dad trip with all the players. So all the dads were able to fly on the plane with their sons to their destination. I said, "Have you ever done this before?" He said, "No." I said, "You'll enjoy it." That's pretty cool.
Inside 2-2. Who says that Joe Madden's the only one that does trips that are different than everyone else? Clint's been around longer than Joe as a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And a 2-2 is a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and Nava's down on strikes, so the Phils go down in order here in the 6th inning. We have played 6. We'll move to the 7th. After an 8-pitch inning, it's 3-1 Pirates. Game brought to you by Xfinity, and the fans just got a little sneak peek. But as we take a look at our Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary, there hasn't been a whole lot of fireworks for the Phils offense this evening. 1 run on 3 hits. It was an unearned run. That's because Chad Kuhl, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, and only 2 strikeouts, despite the fact that he's topped off at 99 miles an hour. Jeremy Hellickson done after 6. I think if the Phillies had hit a little bit more, Jeremy would be right back out on the mound here in the 7th inning. But instead, it's Pat Neshek who will take over.
You know how good Pat has been. The Phillies' lone all-star selection. Check out the spikes he got today.
I did not.
From New Balance?
No.
His all-star spikes. Boy, they're really cool looking.
Were they red?
They were not. They were white. And they had basically every color there could possibly be splattered throughout the spike.
Teal.
Every color.
Tangerine.
Came in a special case. Diego tweeted a photo of it.
Diego at Ted Gee, who's the Phillies interpreter.
And on the front it said Bienvenido a Miami. Pretty cool.
No balls and 1 strike to Polanco. Upstairs 1-1.
Personally, for Pat Neshek, this has been an extraordinary year. Spring training, playing for United States and WBC. Making, I mean, the numbers this year for the Phillies thus far, incredible. For making the All-Star game.
Yeah, for the 2nd time in his career. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Polanco. And back toward the middle. That'll sneak into center field, a base hit. So that's his 3rd hit of the day. A little bounding ball up the middle. Got some road fireworks going off out in center field. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here.
Road fireworks?
Yeah. Elias Diaz is 0 for 2. He is grounded out to 3rd and lined out to 3rd. And it's no balls and 1 strike to him. Fly ball. Back at second base. Freddie says he has it. 1 away. Max Moroff is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murphy, you got an umpire story?
We do indeed. You know, Larry Vanover was behind home plate last night. He's over there at 3rd base tonight. And his presence here at Citizens Bank Park got Pete McCannon kind of nostalgic today. He told everyone a story with the media today, when he gathered with the media, about a run-in he had with Larry Vanover back in the American Association. He was managing at Nashville, and it wasn't a particularly good season for his team, Nashville, and it wasn't a particularly good game in the middle either. So in the 5th inning, Pete decided that he wanted to kind of fire up his team, so he's going to try and get thrown out of the game. And he went up to Larry behind home plate and he started saying, "Hey, Larry, you got to throw me out of this game because I can't watch this anymore. You just got to throw me out of the game." And Larry says, "Hey, I can't just, Pete, I can't throw you out of the game for no reason." He said, "Just throw me out. Just throw me out." And Larry kept saying, "I can't do it. I cannot do it if you don't do anything." So then Pete said, "Fine." And he started yelling very loudly in his face and used a couple choice words and gets tossed out of the game. A week goes by and he gets a letter, Pete does, from the league saying that according to Larry Vanover, you got thrown out of a game because you said that you couldn't watch that game any longer. And the league office said, "You know what? We agree. No fine, Pete. You're not getting fined at all." And Pete said he still has a picture of him going brim to brim with Larry Vanover and that letter cut out and hung up at his house in Arizona. He said it was one of his finer moments. And he did fire up his team. They needed it, and that's what he got out of it.
See, that's what we're talking about. A little common sense in the game of baseball. Well, Pete was a long-time manager in the minor leagues. He has an amazing amount of stories about those days as skipper. One ball, 1 strike. I remember one day back in 1994 when we were in his office. He was managing the Bowie Bay Sox, and he told us the guy on the mound was going to throw a no-hitter today. And we said, "There's no way he's going to throw a no-hitter." He goes, "I guarantee you he's going to throw a no-hitter." And he threw a no-hitter that day. 2 balls and 1 strike. Honestly, Murph, you never know what kind of minor league stories you're going to hear from day to day. Today we heard that Ben Davis received the key to the city of Mobile, Alabama at one point in his life.
I'm still scratching my head on that one. That's pretty cool.
Why is that so hard to believe?
I don't think I've run into anybody that received the key to a city in Alabama in my life. Well, although Forrest Gump was on the other day, he may have gotten a key.
Have you been back to Mobile
to
since?
open up any doors?
I don't have a key to Greenbow, just Mobile.
Do you still have the key?
It's somewhere. I think it's in my folks' house.
Oh, see, that's not. I mean,
probably in the garage.
No, because I would know where that would be, Murph.
It's all cleaned up. I know.
Actually, my dad and my brother, and my Uncle Tom, went down to that ceremony in Mobile. It was during the wintertime.
So they appreciated it. You don't seem to be as appreciative of it.
I'm very appreciative.
Ball gets away from Knapp on ball 4. Moroff, who struck out twice in his first couple of at-bats.
Then you're not able to do anything with the key, right?
No,
I mean,
it's a really big key, though. It's like a giant Hershey bar, but shaped as a key.
Oh, did you try to open it and see if there's chocolate in it?
I did not. But for those at home, we actually won the Southern League in 1998. And
still not a reason to get the key to a city, but go ahead.
I had a decent year, and they felt in their best interest to give me a key to the city.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Cool bunts it in the air. Neshek makes the catch. That's his second grab this year on a pop-up. This one was a little easier than the first one.
You'd have to die for this one.
There are 2 outs.
Very spry out there.
Josh Harrison is 0 for 3, 1 for 15 in the series. Swing and a miss, and Neshek with a scoreless inning. No runs, a hit, 2 men left. Time to stretch here in Philadelphia with the Pirates on top of the Phillies 3-1. Toyota turning point. It goes back to the 4th inning.
4th inning. Andrew McCutchen leads it off with a double. Josh Bell takes Jeremy Hellickson out to left field. Fastball up and away. Give the Pirates a 2-0 lead. Then 2 batters later, Gregory Polanco hanging changeup. Sends that ball out to right field. That's where the score stands. 3-0. That is your Toyota turning point. 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-1.
Phillies got their unearned run earlier, had a 1-0 lead until those 3 runs by the Pirates. All right, so now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Freddie Galvis will lead it off. And he takes a strike against Chad Kuhl. Chad Kuhl has been very good today. He's gotten a lot of outs early in counts. Bounces it foul. Last outing, he went 6 innings, allowed 2 hits and 1 run. The fact that he's pitching into the 7th inning is a resounding move for the Pirates, because the last time he did that was back in April. 11 ground ball outs. Swing and a miss. Galvis strikes out. 3 strikeouts for Kuhl. And Maikel Franco is coming up. 2 legends, 2 bobble figurines, 1 great offer. I'm sure both of these guys got a key to a city at one point in their life. It's our Toyota Mike Schmidt bobble figurine, which will be going out this Saturday, and the Toyota Pete Rose bobble figurine, which will be given out on Friday, August 11th. Tickets can be purchased for $19.80 a piece for each game. That's all in honor of the 1980 World Championship. Go to Phillies.com to make your purchase, or stop down at the ballpark. As Maikel Franco singles to center. Benoit warming up in the pen. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Rain has fallen a little harder now here in Philadelphia. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a pretty good hook.
Hard at 89. Very late movement. So remember we were talking about John Jaso's bat last night, how short it looked. First base last night, Tommy asked, what size bat is that? It looks so small. Jaso said 33.5, 31.5. So
that was right around what you thought.
Yeah. I said, nice work, Tommy.
Tommy Joseph, Ben Davis's investigative reporter.
And then Stairsy added, white bats always look shorter. I said, really? He said, yeah.
Tommy Joseph has hit it to 1 of the 3 double plays tonight. 15 double plays now for Tommy for the All-Star break. Maikel Franco has also hit into 1 tonight, so he's hit into 16 double plays. In fact, Franco leads all of Major League Baseball in that category. Line drive down the left field line. That's not a double play. That may be a double. Goes to the corner. They'll hold Michael Franco at third. So Tommy Joseph puts runners on second and third with one out here in the 7th inning.
That's how you stay on a slider. Especially 3-2. You're thinking, here's a guy that's upper 90s. He's going to challenge me right here. No, he throws a slider. He stays on it. He's everything away. That ball right in the middle. Stay on it. Shoot down the left field line. Phillies have something going here. Bottom of the 7th.
Well, this is the first opportunity the Phillies will have a runner in scoring position tonight. We showed you the numbers earlier, what they've done with runners in scoring position in this series. There's Ray Searage out to the mound to talk to Cool.
He's going to stay in this ball game. He's just not accustomed to pitching this deep into ball games.
Yeah, you wonder if that's crept into his mind a little bit.
Yeah, he said, okay, now what do I do?
So he only threw 8 pitches in the 6th inning. He's up to 12 already here in the 7th with one out.
Still very manageable for a starting pitcher, though. 86.
Runners lead off second and third. Altair tonight is 1 for 1 with a walk. And a line drive into the alley in left center field. That'll score 2. Franco crosses the plate. Here comes Joseph. The throw to second is in time. That's 3 outfield assists by Osuna, and he's gotten Aaron Altair twice. It's a 3-3 ball game. I think that's shocking that he was thrown out at second base as fast as he is.
I can't believe that play was even close, let alone out. It's great that the Phillies tie it up 3-3. Beautiful piece of hitting there by Aaron Altair. But this is well into that left field gap.
Well, I was going to say give all the credit to Osuna and Harrison.
That is just something else.
Well, he did get him too. I wondered if his foot got in there ahead of the tag. 3 outfield assists in 1 game. And Odubel fouls it down the right field line. Well, we're tied up at 3 here in the home 7th. That guy has 3 outfield assists, which we're checking to see, where that ranks this year. And now the 0-1 pitch coming to Herrera. That was a wicked slider.
Intentional grounding. Heck of a play by Diaz. That's what that was.
Aaron Altair's second hit of the day gives him now 43 RBIs on the season. And Herrera does lay off 100 miles an hour from Cool. Career high 6 2/3 tonight for Cool. make it a career high 7. Nope, they're going to say that was a foul ball that hit the ground. I think Alfonso Marquez got that right.
Diaz tried to sell it.
That was close.
That was close.
I don't know if that did hit the ground. Off the hands, out towards center, and Moroff makes the catch.
Well done.
Phillies do tie it up, though, on the 2-run base hit by Aaron Altair. That guy, though, made sure the inning didn't go any farther. We're tied at 3. To you by your local Chevrolet dealers and by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Well, we're tied up at 3 in the top of the 8th inning. Time now for a Hyundai defensive plays of the game. Let us introduce you to Jose Osuna.
Well, here in the 2nd inning, bullet off the wall. Jose Osuna says, not on my watch. Aaron Altair out by a mile. And Odubel Herrera, the very next batter, fields it cleanly. Gets Odubel again. And then Aaron Altair again here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's an excellent play by Osuna, but even better tag by Harrison. There are your Hyundai defensive plays of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, he's the first Pirates player with 3 outfield assists since 1991. Cecil Espy. That's a name from the past. His 2 outfield assists on back-to-back plays. As you look at Benoit's numbers, that's the first time that's happened since Gary Alexander did it in 1981. No balls and 1 strike to Osuna, who is 0 for 3. One ball, 1 strike. Toward third, a foul ball.
would assume Cool will be out of this ball game.
I would think so.
But scoring those 2 runs may eliminate Nicasio and Rivera coming in the ball game. Those 2 have been lights out for the Pirates.
There's a strikeout for Benoit. Second strikeout for the Phil's relievers. It'll bring McCutchen to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. It's time now for our State Farm combo. State Farm here to help life go right. And the 2 bullpens in this series, I don't know if you can ask for much more than that. Well, the Pirates bullpen hasn't allowed a run. The Phillies bullpen has only allowed 2 in 12 innings of work. State Farm here to help life go right. Oh, and 1 to McCutchen. McCutchen is 2 for 3 in this game. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, he's happy about his defense, probably a little frustrated about his offense. Outside, 2-1. Opposite way for McCutchen, out toward the corner. Altair on the run, slides off his glove, and McCutchen's on his way to second, and he'll get there with a double. His second double of the night, 18th of the year.
Aaron's got quite the blowout. Did that on the first slide of the night, back in that 2nd inning. Aaron got to it, just not able to secure it just off the edge. Fortunately, he got up quickly and held McCutchen to a double.
You have a window seat there. You saw Aaron Altair coming right at you.
Up close and personal.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. At the knees, and it's 0-2.
Change up fastball.
Check swing. Did he go? No, says Larry Vano.
Didn't look like he went. He held up.
All right, so let's see what Benoit can do with the rookie Bell. Over to first base. Fair ball under Tommy Joseph's glove, and it's going to score a run. Bell's on his way to second, and he is there as it hits him. Hit him right in the left. I mean, that was a seed throw by Aaron Altair, and it's 4-3, Pirates on top. He has 3 RBIs.
That was a rocket by Aaron Altair. And he got to second base and just crumpled. This ball comes in.
Oh, right in the small of the back.
Right on the spine, huh? He comes up firing. It's called putting it on the money. A second for that pain to set in.
I think if Tommy had it to do over again, he would have left his feet.
Yeah, you got to lay out.
Base.
You got to lay out for that one, just to knock it down. Keep McCutchen at third base. And Aaron did everything he could.
So a run scores for the Pirates here in the top of the 8th inning. They lead it 4-3. McCutchen has scored 2 runs tonight. Both times driven in by Bell. David Freese now the hitter with a runner at second. Fastball, and it's 0-1.
Tony Watson's up for the Pirates down their bullpen.
Out of play, and it's 0-2.
There you see Watson, which makes sense. You have Knapp coming up, Blanco coming up, and obviously a pinch hitter. Both Andrew and Andres are better from the left side, so turn them around the right side.
Awfully close. 1-2. Inside, and now it's 2-2 to David Freese. Benoit now at 17 pitches so far in the inning. Polanco's on deck. He's had a good night. 3 calls. Boy, all those pitches on the inner half of the plate, and Benoit sneaks one right down the middle to Freeze. Take a look at our Mazda pitch cast.
That's where all the pitches are. It's the 6th pitch of the at bat. It's a changeup right down Broadway.
All right, now he's got to get Polanco, keeping it at a 1-run game. Got to be careful with Polanco here. First base is open, and you've got Diaz in the on-deck circle, who's 0 for 3. Polanco is 3 for 3. And 6 for 15 in this series. He's also been sizzling hot to start the month of July. Pinto warming up in the bullpen. He doesn't go after that same pitch again this time, so it's 1-2. Through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Bell's around third, heading for home. The throw by Nava, not in time. Going to second is Polanco. He's 4 for 4, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. Well, they decide not to walk him intentionally to face Diaz, and he pops one through the hole on the left side. An RBI single. Second RBI of the night for Polanco, and it's the second 4-hit game for him this season.
Tries to gas him with a fastball. Polanco late. Still able to hit it to the left side. Just out of the reach of Michael. Bell scores easily. Daniel Nava's got to hit the cutoff man, though, in that situation, or at least keep it down to prevent Polanco from getting to second base on the throw.
Diaz takes upstairs with that fastball, and it's 1-0. On the inner half. Upstairs, 2-1. Again, Polanco takes his lead off second. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Diaz. Pinto is warmed up in the bullpen. Watson has stopped throwing for the Pirates. Another one fouled away. But Pinto's working, or excuse me, Benoit's working hard to try to get through this inning. 27 pitches. He's given up 3 hits and 2 runs. Kirby Hellickson went the first 6 innings. Then Pat Neshek pitched a scoreless inning. 19 straight appearances at home to begin the season without a run allowed for Neshek. Balls and 2 strikes.
Joaquin really not in a rush out there.
No, this is as delayed as we have seen him, and he doesn't work quickly as it is. But there's a lot of time in between pitches for Joaquin. Line drive, fair ball down the left field line. Polanco's going to coast home. It'll be a double for Diaz. He's going to score, and it's now 6-3 Pirates on top. Here comes Pete Buchanan. He's going to make a double switch. Benoit doesn't get through the 8th inning. So a pitching change here in the 8th. The Pirates have scored 3 runs to take a 6-3 lead. And that ends an 0 for 11 for Diaz with that double down the left field line. So Herrera will check out. So will Benoit. We'll be back after this. NBA Summer League with CSN Podcasts. Subscribe now on Apple or Google Play. CSN Podcasts, all Philly, all the time. Well, Joaquin Benoit is having one of those nights here. He's allowed 3 runs. He's allowed 3 extra base hits. So the Phillies have made a double switch. Cameron Perkins comes in to play right field, moving Altair to center field and taking Herrera out of the game. Perkins will bat 9th. Pinto will bat 6th. All right, Moroff is 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts and a walk, and now a balk called against Pinto. And going to third base will be Diaz. It's a look of bewilderment for a lot of folks on what's going on. There's been some crazy plays in this game, but this 3-run inning has just been a tough one for the Phils. Moroff whacks the first pitch foul. It's 0-1.
And not a whole lot is going right in this inning.
Fly ball, center field. Altair glides over, is under it. Boy, he is so natural out there in center field. 3-run score in the inning for the Pirates. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and Pittsburgh is back on top, this time 6-3. The San Diego Padres, and hers is sponsoring the kids retro pullover jacket. It is as good a giveaway as you're going to find here at Citizens Bank Park. Go to Phillies.com for more information and to purchase your tickets. Adam Frazier in left field for the Pirates, and Tony Watson will be the new pitcher. How about that? They take the guy out of the game that has 3 outfield assists in Osuna, and they put Frazier in as part of this double switch. So that means they probably want Watson for 2, because Rivero's pitched a couple times in this series. But let's see, who are we going to take out of the game? We can't take McCutchen out. We can't take Polanco out. He's 4 for 4. Let's take out the guy that has thrown 3 guys out trying to stretch a single into a double.
Yeah, you don't need defense with a 3-run lead.
No, it's the right move for Clint Hurdle, but it is funny. Knapp takes inside. Again, 2-0. Two and one. Andrew Knapp tonight has walked and scored a run. He's also grounded out to shortstop.
Andrew may have gotten away with one there.
It looked like a pretty good location.
That leadoff man on.
3-2. Pirates bullpen is 10th best in all of baseball. Says a lot for what they've been able to accomplish. Chopper out to shortstop, and Moroff throws out Knapp. One out here in the 8th inning for the Phillies. Here's Andres Blanco. It'll be Blanco, then Cameron Perkins, the way the lineup sets up. By the way, for Chad Cole, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earns. This is kind of the way. Well, I think he even looked better this time than he did when he faced the Phillies in Pittsburgh. In that game, he went 5 innings. As Blanco fouls away, but didn't allow any runs. He allowed just the 1 hit. But today I thought he was around the strike zone even more than in Pittsburgh.
I thought he had better breaking ball today as well. Not so much with the curveball, but the slider I think had more tilt on it.
No balls and 1 strike. Blanco is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out. And now it's 0-2. Just a bit inside with 96 from Watson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have not seen Antonio Bastardo, the former Phil pitcher, out of the bullpen. See just about everybody else.
We haven't seen Marinas, have we?
No, we have not. The little guy is all decked out in his Phillies garb, waiting for maybe a victory and also some fireworks here. Oh, watch out, Ben. Ground ball to shortstop again. Moroff backhands this time. And a second, 6-3. 2 outs, and here is Cameron Perkins.
Antsy youngsters here tonight, Tom.
Yeah, they were sort of tantalized by the fireworks earlier, thinking, all right, when are they going to start? Perkins bounces it toward third, a foul ball, and it's 0-1. Watson last year took over as the closer of the Pirates when Mark Melancon was traded over to the Nationals. He wound up with 15 saves and an ERA of 3.06. He had an unbelievable 2015. He was beyond a lefty specialist with an ERA of 1.96. Away, and it's 1-1.
His ability to pound right-handers inside with that 95, 96. I think that's what really offsets him against righties as well.
Fly ball right field. And Polanco will give way to Harrison, and Harrison will corral it. And it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for the Phillies. We'll go to the ninth. 6-3 Pirates on top. Fireworks blasting off here at Citizens Bank Park. A little prelude, a little foreshadowing to the fireworks show brought to you by Xfinity. That's coming up after the game. Speaking of fireworks, well, our WB Mason deliveries of the game. Fireworks for the Pirates in the 8th inning.
In the 8th inning, Josh Bell down the right field line, just eluding Tommy Joseph. That scores Andrew McCutchen. And then Gregory Polanco, line drive to left field. That scores Bell. And then Diaz comes up. It's another double down the left field line. They are your WB Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, here is Adam Frazier to lead off the top of the 9th inning. Well, Nicasio is warming up in the bullpen for the Pirates, so maybe he will be the closer tonight instead of Watson, instead of Rivero. To the right side, Andres Blanco. It's a fine play, throws Frazier out, 1 out. And Josh Harrison is the scheduled hitter. Harrison is 0 for 4. He's flied out, grounded out, flat out twice, grounded out, and struck out. every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. 0-2. Remains 0-2.
Harrison's been susceptible to that pitch away. You go either slider, which I think they're going to go with, or fastball away.
Out towards shortstop, off the glove of Freddie Galvis. And a base hit for Josh Harrison. Well, Major League Baseball has released the final vote winners for each league, and Justin Turner for the Dodgers has won the National League final vote, and Mike Moustakas, he's been leading pretty much from the get-go. He wins the American League vote. He's had a very good year. Rendon's had an excellent year. Reynolds has been phenomenal. So they will be in Miami for this year's All-Star game.
Amazing. You're an MVP, National League MVP one year, and you don't even make the All-Star game the next.
The last guy to do that was Jimmy Rollins.
Huh.
Outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Jaso.
That would have been a good Jeep Stump the Fans question.
Well, the one we have is pretty good.
Yes, it was. It is.
1-1 to Jaso, pitch hitting.
Change up there, huh?
Another toss over. Obi Milner warming up for the Phillies bullpen. You saw LeBlanc and Nicasio warming up for the Pirates. Swing and a miss. 95 blew away Jaso. 2 gone here in the 9th inning. And McCutchen is due up.
Climb the ladder. 95. Jaso a little tardy.
Well, Bob McClure is heading out to the mound. Maybe one last word of advice before he faces McCutchen.
McCutchen got him the other day on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Like Pinto said something to Freddie Galvis, and Freddie agreed with whatever it was. See the scoring summary that's spinning across the top. Take a look at the 8th inning. That's when the Pirates broke the 3-3 tie. Bell, Polanco, and Diaz, each with RBIs. So now Andrew McCutchen is coming up. McCutchen in tonight's ball game is 3 for 4, a couple doubles and 2 runs scored. First pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
That mitt's not broken in right there by Tommy Joseph. It is now.
Yeah, Pito throws it over there with a little authority. Tapper foul and it's 2-1. Andrew McCutchen with his hits tonight. He's been able to raise his average to 289. 16 home runs, 49 runs batted in. He's halfway to 100 RBIs and he's halfway to 100 runs scored. I mean, think about where he was for the first month of the season. You know, if there's a substitution needed in the All-Star game, he might get it.
Have that many at bats and still have your average climb so much. 3 hits tonight. It's only climbed 6 points.
2 balls and 2 strikes to McCutchen. Fastball outside, 97, 3-2. Tommy Joseph will play behind the runner at first. Pitch is inside, ball 4. And now 2 on with 2 outs. And Josh Bell is coming up. Pete Buchanan's going to make a pitching change. He'll bring in the lefty to move Bell over to the right side of the plate. Hobie Milner is coming in. Ty Kelly is also coming in. So we've got a pitching change. Phillies trail at 6-3. We'll be back right after this. Double switch, and He'll take over in left field. Daniel Nava, meanwhile, will move to right field. And Hobie Milner will be the new pitcher for the Phils, taking over for Ricardo Pinto. A 3.00 earned run average. Ty Kelly will bat 6th. Milner will bat 9th. So Josh Bell will bat right-handed. 5 home runs right-handed this year for Bell. 16 overall. And he waves at the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Now the no ball 1 strike pitch. Way inside. Rain has picked up just a little bit of a mist. Back toward the middle. Milner's got it. Inning is over. Pirates strand 2. But as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be the last chance for the Phillies, trailing it by 3 to the Pirates. Quiz answer. All right, Ben, who holds the Pirates record for most home runs against the Phillies in 1 season? I know that Mike gave you a number of answers.
He gave me a plethora of answers. I'm going to go with the first one I had in my mind, Ralph Kiner.
Ralph Kiner is correct. He had 10 in 1949. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. 49, he had 346 with 10 home runs and 24 runs batted in.
He wrote me for the Jeep Stump the Fans. John Milner, On the Hill Will, Bob Robertson, Richie Zisk, Bill Mazeroski, Omar Moreno. He went through a list of them.
I thought the obvious answer was Dave Parker. I would have never thought it was Ralph Kiner.
Honestly, that was the first name that came to mind.
All right, Daniel Nava will lead things off here in the home 9th inning against Nicasio. He's 1-4 with a 2.61 earned run average. Phillies are down by 3. There's last year's pullover giveaway, giving a new one away this weekend. Tony Watson went an inning in relief of Chad Kuhl as Nava takes upstairs 1-0. Nava is hitless tonight. He has hit it 7 straight as a starter. With it inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Phillies scored a run in the 3rd. It was an unearned run, and then 2 more in the 7th inning on the single by Altair, but he was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. 2-2 as Nava swings through that one. There have been 3 double plays for Clint Hurdle's team, and that has certainly helped their cause.
Really helped to keep Kuhl's pitch count down.
Nava stays alive.
For the record, Glenn said he knew the answer to that.
Glenn said he knew it was Ralph Kiner. Well, he knew Glenn knew. It was pretty obvious. Ground ball to first base, and it's gobbled up by Jaso. 3 unassisted, 1 out here in the 9th inning. And Freddie Galvis the hitter. Will be the batter. Freddie fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Look out below. Two. And 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Diaz has done a nice job back there tonight.
He really has.
Very nice.
Well,
he does. Strong hands.
Swing and a miss. Galvis down on strikes. Second straight time Freddie has struck out, so 2 outs. Phillies are down to their last chance against Nicasio.
Fastball down in the zone. Most likely a ball.
Michael is 2 for 3. He's got a couple singles and a run scored. Pulls it up the third base line, and it's 0-1. 0-2. Bouncer back toward the middle. Moroff is got it around the bag, and Jaso picks it out of the dirt, and the ball game is over. The Phillies are retired in order here in the 9th inning. They are set down in order the last 2 innings. And the Pirates have not only won the season series, but they've taken 3 of 4 from the Phils this week here at Citizens Bank Park as they win it 6-3. Well, this is a very strange occurrence. The first time since June of 2011 that the Phillies had a game where they did not leave a runner on base. It's the 16th time it's happened since 1913. The outfield assist certainly helped that. So did the other double plays. Gregory Polanco's our Chevrolet player of the game. He was 4 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs in tonight's game, and he had a heck of a series for the Pirates. So they win it 6-3. They win the series against the Phils. We'll be back to wrap things up at Citizens Bank Park right after this.